we are kicking things off with explosive wrestling drama. Animal's widow Kim Turman Laurinaitis has publicly ripped into A&E's new biography, WWE Legends episode on the Road Warriors, accusing the producers of disrespecting her late husband's legacy and freezing her out of the project. Laurinaitis denounces the A&E Biography episode on the Road Warriors, demanding the truth about how Joe Laurinaitis died and challenging the producers to answer for their actions. Stay with us for the full breakdown. Kim Turman Laurinaitis, the widow of professional wrestler Road Warrior Animal, has launched a fierce public attack against A&E's new biography, WWE Legends episode focusing on the Road Warriors. Laurinaitis accused the producers of disrespecting her late husband's legacy, misrepresenting key details of his death, and excluding her from the project despite her being the wrestler's wife at the time of his passing. The 2-hour documentary, directed by Matt Laffey, aired on A&E on Sunday as part of the WWE on A&E Superstar Sunday block. The interview lineup featured several prominent figures, including Joe Laurinaitis' second wife, Julia, longtime manager Paul Ellering, Paul Heyman, Magnum TA, Nikita Koloff, Bret Hart, Sean Waltman, Lex Luger, Rick Steiner, Bruce Pritchard, and Hawk's brothers. Crucially, Kim Turman Laurinaitis, Animal's third wife and the wife who was with him the night he died, was notably absent from the interview. In a series of posts across Facebook on Sunday night, Laurinaitis strongly condemned the production, stating that the actual wife, the one who manages the trademarks and continues his legacy, was not contacted to film. She asserted that while she believed her husband was not happy in heaven, she would ensure the real story and truth, all of it, will come out, labeling the production as disgusting at his expense. Laurinaitis also vehemently challenged the documentary's portrayal of Animal's death. She expressed outrage over the inaccurate depiction of the circumstances, asserting that her husband died on September 22, 2020, at their hotel in Osage Beach, Missouri, due to a heart attack, not in a hospital. She detailed that she was the only family member present when paramedics arrived, and held him for over an hour while waiting for their daughters to arrive before transport to the funeral home. Further criticizing the production, Laurinaitis voiced frustration over perceived disrespect shown to her husband during memorial planning, and highlighted the perceived endorsement of a shady-ass produced show by parties who did not support him. She demanded that the truth about Animal's struggles and the mistreatment he endured be addressed. Joe Laurinaitis passed away on September 22, 2020, at the Margaritaville Resort in Osage Beach, Missouri, 10 days after his 60th birthday, following a sudden heart attack. Kim Laurinaitis was the sole family member present when paramedics arrived, and the Margaritaville Resort location is widely reported as the actual site of death. A&E and WWE have yet to issue an official response to Turman Laurinaitis' pointed criticisms. Joe Laurinaitis was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2011 alongside Mike Hegstrand and Paul Ellering. Kim Turman Laurinaitis continues to manage the LOD Experience and the Road Warriors trademark rights. The widow of WWE Hall of Famer Joe Laurinaitis has voiced strong disapproval regarding the recent A&E documentary, Biography, WWE Legends, specifically concerning the segment on the Road Warriors. Kim Turman Laurinaitis, who was married to Joe Laurinaitis, publicly expressed anger and frustration on social media platforms. Laurinaitis stated that she was not invited to participate in the project and subsequently criticized several individuals featured in the documentary, alleging that they presented false information. The controversy centers on several interviewees, including the first two wives of Laurinaitis, Nancy and Julia, as well as his daughter Jessica, who recounted the story of the WWE Hall of Famers passing in 2020. The documentary is a joint production between A&E and WWE. This backlash highlights tension between family members and media portrayals of the wrestling legend's life and legacy. Road Warrior Animal's widow, Kim Turman Laurinaitis, strongly criticized an A&E documentary about her late husband, posting on Facebook shortly after the episode premiered. The documentary, titled Biography, WWE Legends, chronicled the story of the Road Warriors, Animal Joe Laurinaitis, and Hawk Mike Hegstrand. Laurinaitis, who died from a heart attack in September 2020, while celebrating his wedding anniversary with Kim in Osage Beach, Missouri, expressed her displeasure, stating she was not consulted on the project. She described the documentary as disgusting and targeted unnamed individuals interviewed for the program. A specific point of contention for Kim involved the portrayal of her husband's death, noting that his daughter, Jessica, was the one recounting the events. The documentary, directed by Matt Laffey and part of Season 5 of Biography, WWE Legends, was produced by A&E in partnership with WWE. The season also featured documentaries on the Von Erichs and the Four Horsemen. Joseph Currier, lead editor of F4WOnline.com, is a journalism graduate from the University of Massachusetts and has been covering professional wrestling for nearly a decade, having previously contributed to Sports Illustrated's wrestling coverage. The widow of late Road Warrior Animal, Joe Laurinaitis, has strongly condemned an A&E biography special on the Road Warriors, alleging a lack of respect for her husband's life and passing. Kim Turman Laurinaitis stated she was not contacted by A&E to participate in the latest edition of Biography, WWE Legends, profiling Laurinaitis and his partner, Mike Hegstrand, known as the Road Warriors and Legion of Doom. Laurinaitis expressed intense anger over the handling of her husband's death, specifically challenging the narrative presented by the special. She emphasized that Joe Laurinaitis died in their hotel room on September 22, 2020, following a heart attack while on vacation in Osage Beach, Missouri, and not at a hospital. She detailed the chaotic situation, noting she was the only person present with paramedics while trying to wait for his daughters to arrive before he was transported to a funeral home. Turman Laurinaitis criticized the episode's portrayal, accusing the production of disrespecting her husband's story and failing to tell the truth. She voiced frustration over what she perceived as people pretending to be friends and pretending to tell the truth at my husband's expense. She asserted that she does not endorse the A&E special and deemed it poorly produced. The widow stressed that while she supports continuing her husband's legacy and wishes through trademark efforts, the special was disgusting and an affront to Joe's memory. She called out the perceived superficiality of the coverage, questioning why the focus was not placed on the struggles and difficult treatment her husband endured during his memorial planning. The A&E special, directed by Matt Laffey, featured interviews with numerous figures, including Laurinaitis' second wife, Julia Laurinaitis, Paul Ellering, Magnum TA, Nikita Koloff, Bret Hart, Sean Waltman, Lex Luger, Rick Steiner, Bruce Pritchard, and Hegstrand's brothers.